So I learned something new today. I learned that I should do a mic check before I press record. I yap for 22 minutes. Well, then, that's fine. Um, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about my past and how everything up to this point has just been a dream. So, when I was younger, I did everything that I wanted to do. I did anything that I wanted to do. I was such a fearless little girl that if I wanted to do something, I would do it. If I wanted to dance in front of people, I would do it. If I wanted to sing in front of people, I would have nervous, that nervous feeling in my stomach, of course, but I would do it regardless because I love to sing and I love to dance. Here, let me take my shoes off because I want to feel the grass underneath my feet. I did any and everything that I ever wanted to do because I wanted to do it. I was a drama geek for the longest time. I was a dancer for the longest time. I was a singer for the longest time. I truly enjoy art of all kinds. Okay? And so when I was growing up into my later adolescence, our family dynamic changed. It shifted. And I was, instead of being praised as I was for most of my life for everything that I've done, whether in the church or, in school, there was a person who entered into our life who was just like watching us, watching me and, chastising me and making me feel like I shouldn't be happy with myself or I shouldn't act bravely and walk with my head held high. They made it seem as though I thought I was better than other people. And our family shifted from a place of expression and being carefree and limitless. It became a place that felt very caged, like you're always on surveillance. Well, later on in my late teens, early 20s, I found love that I thought was love. And I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be loved. I wanted attention, the attention that I was craving from before when I would do the arts and the drama and the dancing and the singing. Well, I wanted this attention from one person, from a man, because I watched so many rom-coms and thinking that, this is the way that things are supposed to be. I surrounded myself with people who did not reflect how I was raised and the person that I was made to be, the person that I am. And so in that time, I lost myself. I lost sight of myself. I lost the person that I was supposed to be. I started cursing. I would curse around my friends, call them outside of their names in a very charming way, because that's how people talk to each other sometimes, is they call their female friends the B word and they call their male friends the N word. And because of the things that I was watching, the people that I was surrounding myself, the environment that I had created for myself, right? I was originally in a very beautiful environment where people loved one another. The people, yes, there was judgment or whatever, as long as you did what they wanted you to do. Had you running on fear, feeling fearful to be your authentic self, then you're okay. Well, then I found myself around people who did whatever they pleased, but they were also kind of judgmental as well, you know? And I went from one prying eye to another prying eye. I went from one environment to the extreme opposite, where I was losing myself. I was losing myself. I was cursing in front of my mother. I was cursing in front of my brothers. I was cursing in front of like or my friends, my peers. Like, I was not myself. That was not me. I was lowering myself to feel like everyone else. But when you are not like everyone else, that's when you should be yourself. That's when you realize that I'm not supposed to be in that area. This is not the environment that I'm supposed to be. I do not feel comfortable around these people. If you have to drink and smoke and do all these things just to feel comfortable, then these people are not your people. This environment is not your environment. You should not be in those spaces. And that's what I found myself doing. I found myself smoking marijuana, drinking, drinking alcohol, getting drunk, doing stupid things, tarnishing my body, eating junky foods just to appease other people. Why is it that we destroy our bodies for others? If you tell someone, no, actually, I do not eat meat, they turn around and say, why? I made this meat. You should eat it. But I don't eat meat. Okay, well, to make you happy, I'll eat it because you spent so much time making this meal. Even though you didn't ask me what my preferences were, I feel like I should appease you. No, that isn't right. None of that is right. Why is it you drink alcohol socially just to feel a part of something? I went to Jamaica. As you can tell, I'm no longer in Jamaica. I am back home. And while I was there, I met someone who reflected the person that I wanted to be. That there had been a time before I went to Jamaica that a thought passed through my mind and I tried to reject it. And it said, it would be great to have a man in my life who not only aligned with my purpose and the person I wanted to become, but also who could encourage me to follow the path that I'm supposed to go down, who's supposed to encourage me to do the things that I need to do. Well, that person picked me up from the airport. That person picked me up from the airport and showed me a brand new world. He showed me what it looks like to work long hours, to literally sacrifice, to do things differently than I've ever seen, to have such high self-belief in himself and in me, to see things that I was doing and speaking and thinking to himself like, she could do this. She should give this to other people. So I had told him, I was like, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm just selfish and I keep it all to myself, but it's time for me to share my feelings and to share who I am with others. And so that's exactly what I did. That's what I'm doing now. We're working towards those things. He's encouraging me. I'm staying up late to work on certain things. Like, I'm outside right now in nature filming a video. I did not plan this. Like, I didn't plan going to Jamaica. I did not plan to go to Jamaica. When I went to Golden for my birthday, I did not plan to go to Golden. I did not plan to extend my trip in Golden. I did not plan to extend my trip in the resort that I was staying in Jamaica, or even to go back. I did not plan to meet the man who picked me up. He did not plan to meet me. I did not plan for a lot of the things that keeps occurring to happen. I'm surrounding myself with people. I'm not even giving myself the credit. My spirit guides is making it so. All the work that I did during my winter arc, during my time of solitude, All that work that I've been doing over the past course of the years, I'll say past 3 years, I've been working, I've been grinding, I've been trying. And I'm at the point where, okay, I literally let everything go. I remember hearing a voice tell me last summer, if I just do what they say, I will get the desires of my heart. Everything that I want, I will get it. I thought at that time what I wanted was something else, was someone else. And before my birthday trip, that they had showed me that that was something that I wanted, but wasn't something I needed. That wasn't what he was talking about. It was my purpose, my longing, the things I was supposed to be doing, the feelings I was supposed to feel. That is the desires of my heart that I was am supposed to be not gifted, but at least be guided down that path. Because right now, I understand where I want to go. I understand the trajectory of my life. And let's say, in a year's time, okay, in a year's time, I want to do this. Okay, that means today I need to go to events. I need to meet other women. I need to do these things. I need to work every single night. I need to sacrifice, because when it comes to staying in comfort, we will never, ever get anywhere in life if we are so comfortable sitting around. This time 2 years ago, I was sitting on a couch waiting to go outside to go disc golfing with, some people. Sitting on a couch watching anime, sitting on a couch, reading, if that, sitting on a couch, not doing much at all. I was concussed, I was going through it, but I wasn't moving the way that I needed to move. I was in my caterpillar phase, just dragging my behind through life, being a victim to my circumstances. And slowly but surely, things had to change. I think about certain things like, man, I wish I met this person, 5 years ago. But 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been the person I am today. 5 years ago, they wouldn't have been the person that they are today. All the people that I've met thus far in the past 2 years, they would not have been the people that I know today. They would not have taught me everything that I've learned up to this point. I would not have met certain people, really good people, who will get the credit for who I am today. I have female friends I did not have a couple years ago who I talk to on a regular basis, who encouraged me to take the leap and end a long-term relationship and to start all over again. If I were to be like, I want to erase the last 5 years, I would not be who I am today. And I say all this to say, our environment is what shapes us. We have a choice to choose our environment. In the book, Outwitting the devil talks about how a person can be born in poverty. They can be born in poverty, surrounded by, negative individuals, surrounded by food stamps, surrounded by all those negative things, bills and sadness, despair, all that. And we can sit there and blame our environments. Oh, I'm no good because of my father. My father was an alcoholic. There's a saying that goes, there's two sons, and their father was an alcoholic. One son became an alcoholic, where the other one did not. And when they asked the alcoholic son, why did you take up drinking? He said, because I watched my father drink. when they asked the sober son, why don't you drink? He said, because I watched my father drink. That just shows the fact that we can create our environments. We might see something, we might have the same thing happen to us, live in the same household, but two different perspectives. One person might have been like, I was so poor, I do not want my kids to ever feel poor. I don't ever want to feel that way again. I don't ever want that feeling of poverty again. Or the other person might say, that's all I know. All I know is the hood. Thug life till I die. No, I put in the work. I made sure that I always worked on my mind, body, and soul, where it led me to a different country. It led me in the car of a person who is constantly changing my life, changing my world, showing me a different perspective, showing me that I have to make sacrifices, that I have to do certain things to get the results that I want. Who acts where I was in a relationship with someone who, if I asked him to do something, it would take days, weeks, months for one thing to get done. Whereas with this individual, he's showing me, he says it one time, and the next day he has a full outline. The next day he already talked to the right people and it's getting done. Setting up certain examples in your life so that you can make a change for your life. I was raised by a single mother and I love my mom. My mom did the best that she absolutely could. But she told us, I want you guys to be better than what I was. I don't want you guys to have the same life that I had. And guess what? I worked towards becoming the woman that I am because of the things that my mother taught me. I have all respect for that woman. That woman is such an amazing individual. She's straight up gangster. Yo man, that's my lady. That's my lady. But at the same time, certain things have to be done differently. Certain things, we have to do in a way that will cause change. We have to change our environments. We have to show our family members a different way of living. And if they don't want to get with the program, you get with the program. You do what you got to do. And if they see what's happening and they see all the wonders and the goodness that's happening in your life because of the work that you put in, then they can, then you go from there. But really and truly, like, I'm in a place in my life where all I want to do is do the work, is put the work in, is to become that person and to continue to allow the spirit guides to just guide me. Like, this wasn't planned. I did not come here today to film this video. I actually came here to get some work done, to work on a few things. That's why I came to this location. I got the perfect bench with the perfect backdrop. You know what I mean? I'm basically secluded. No distractions, no nothing. I didn't plan this. I didn't say, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to this park and hopefully I have like that one table. No. I'm going to film. No, I did not plan to film. I have my tripod, I have my mic, and I have my camera on me at all times. I got it on me. You can run up if you want. You know what I mean? I got it on me. I have it on me. I always got it on me. They say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Like the fact that I filmed this video and the camera wasn't on. And guess what? I learned something. I learned do a mic check before you start. But I feel so like even this walking thing. Okay, before I would do sit down videos, and I didn't really like it. I didn't really like, having to look at myself like that. It felt weird. It felt awkward. And then when I was in Jamaica, I put up the camera. I wanted to show off the background, and I just was walking and talking. That was something different. We have to set up ourselves so we can allow ourselves to live outside of the boxes that we create for ourselves. Why are we going to live in boxes? Why are we going to put ourselves through that where all we do is we feel scared, we feel fearful? In Outwitting the Devil, he talks about how fear is one of the number one ways to cause people to drift. He incites fear on us so that we are stuck and all we do is sit there and ruminate instead of acting. Does that sound familiar? When I first read that book, I mean, I'm still reading it, but when I was first going through it and he was taught and the devil was talking about a drifter, I was like, I saw myself. I saw myself as the drifter. I was once a drifter. I'm slowly creeping out of the drifting, you know? I'm slowly getting out of it. And I am so happy that I am, because when I tell you, I was sitting around binge watching anime, binge reading, romance novels, not doing much, not living in my purpose. Yes, those books, yes, those animes, some of them had a purpose. But when it came to the binging, where that was 90% of my time, that's all I was doing. That wasn't okay. Where I was sitting there and scrolling, that wasn't okay. I say all this to say, do the things that you're supposed to do. Be that courageous individual that just tries new things, that kid that just continues to have fun, loves themselves, thinks they're so funny, thinks they're so much fun, thinks that they're so cool and everyone wants to be your friend. Make new friends. People say, oh, it's hard to make friends as an adult. It really isn't. As long as you're aligned with yourself, these people will gravitate to you. Yes, there's people who will gravitate to you because you have a light and it's like moth to a flame, but that's when you decide who actually deserves your energy and who doesn't. I know for a fact, before I went to Jamaica, there was someone who would try to creep back into my life, and I felt uneasy around that person. Or even male friends who made me feel, or didn't make me feel, but anytime I would talk to them, I would feel like either I was too much or I would just get agitated around this person. People that I've known for years, and I'm feeling just so uneasy around them. I'm feeling so upset and unhappy around them, so confused around them, don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, I meet someone and they're so straightforward. They're so to the point. They live far away from me, but yet they are very busy, but they make time for me every single day. They're extremely busy, but they make time for me every single day, whether it's in the morning or it's the end of the day, or even sometimes during the day. Okay? Whereas I would have people in my same city who wouldn't want to come over to see me, who wouldn't want to take a 10-minute drive to see me. Whereas I'm in Jamaica, I'm in Clarendon, this person is in Kingston, and they drove an hour just to see me. Twice. Twice. That's another video though. That is a completely separate video. But I say all this to say, you can create your environment. You can create the life that you want. Okay? You can do that yourself. If you want to be prosperous, if you want to be your highest self, you need to create that environment. You need to create the community. That's what you have to do. You have to let go of being comfortable and sitting around. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to make sacrifices. You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Make those sacrifices to make a change in your life. Do the thing, and slowly you'll get to the place that you want to be, but you have to be patient. And patient doesn't mean sitting around and twiddling your thumbs. Patient means working at it little by little in increments, 1% a day, even if it's for 10 minutes one day, and 20 minutes the next day, and 30 minutes the next day. But do the things that you need to do for yourself. Create that environment and let go of certain people. I didn't think that I could let go of an 8-year relationship. I didn't think I could do that, but I did it. And ever since I did that, I've been living a life that it feels like a dream. And it's just started. Just wait till it gets like even crazier. Just wait till it gets like insane. Just wait. This is just the beginning, and I already feel like it is like a dream because I'm creating that environment. I didn't want to stay at home. I decided to come here. I didn't want to sit in front of a camera. I decided to stand up and walk around. I didn't want to give up on this video because the sound wasn't working. No, I decided to set up again and reshoot it. Reshoot all of it. Why? Because I want to. Because it feels right. Because it feels right. Because I knew if I were to do this again, it'd probably be better because I actually know what I want to talk about. Because when I first recorded this, it was just going with the flow. I always have something to say. Create the environment. Surround yourself with people who want what you want. Believe.